yesterday I was rolling them beans and we got rain. We got I think five or 6 tenths of rain, so it's too muddy to do anything, and the fields are tacky, and as you can see, you got some water standing there. But hopefully there's more rain coming in tomorrow night, so hopefully I can get them beans rolled by tomorrow night. Hopefully get them done, that way they're should be nice and level then. But it's already, I think it's about 4:15 or so today. This morning I put in 2 more tile lines for the calf huts, so I just have 1 more to do. But my brother's got to get some more hutches moved, or calves moved, before I can do them. But got them in, so hopefully if it rains, take some of the water out of there. And then he was cleaning up a bunch of calf huts and stuff, so that's basically what we did all day. But now in the track machine, gonna hook the bush hog up here and do behind the I guess like back along the back of this shed. We call it the dirt mound. It's I don't know, probably a good 15 foot of fill, so it's pretty interesting mowing it. So track machine does pretty good though, but camera probably won't pick it up, but I'll show you once we get back there. But we'll get this bush hog hooked up here and start mowing. I got this all bush hogged off. I can't quite get the top there. It's too straight up and down right in about where the skid loader is, a little bit that way, and then all this way is too straight up and down to get up there. But I did get up on top here, but where them are, there's our logs there. And then this is a old disc we got. I don't know really why it's sitting back here, but can't really mow around it. But got all this mowed, all nice and neat now. Got around all the way on the far side of this too. Didn't have any issues. We got a couple pieces of concrete that when I leveled off that hill there for the silage bags in the fall, pushed off some concrete over there and hit a couple pieces. But other than that, really didn't have any issues. But I really like this bush hog. It works fantastic. It's got this open front here, so you can get into trees and stuff with it and off. I think I've got up to 6-7 inches, and it'll cut off anything smaller than that. About 2 to 3 inches, you can just go right through them and hardly even tell. And got this nice heavy brush, I guess push bar. Has good probably 3 to 4 inch tube there, and got nice plates here to stiffen it up. And then this deck here, it is really thick, and got this nice reinforcements all along here, and see underneath there. But really nice heavy duty brush cutter. I've went over this before, but it's a Skid Pro, and it's just a low flow, so you can run it on a high flow machine and a standard flow. And well, high flow machine, you don't need to turn it on the high flow, but this skid loader works great behind it. It is a little bit wider, the machine's a little bit wider, but you really can't tell. And it's 72. I think these are like 80-ish. So it's a little bit, skid loader's a little bit wider, but with this it kind of sucks it in, so you don't really run over any. But yeah, here's the number. If anybody wants to get one of these are really handy for doing stuff like this. Yeah, let's see what kind of a slope that's at. So about at the top of the skid loader now, and not really standing up on much, but I can get quite a bit of this. But as you can see, spin right there and down over there, so it's a little on the wet side too, so that don't help, but it does what it needs to do, so I really like it. But I got a couple other things want to get bush hogged, so we'll get back in this thing and keep mowing. So I'm mowing along the wheat now, trying to get some of this grass knocked down. So in the July here, when we harvest the wheat, we don't have to worry about cutting all this grass, because when you cut the grass with the combine and the wheat, it just doesn't turn out too good, because the grass is green and the combine's not made to cut green grass. So trying to get this knocked down some, get most of this, and while I'm doing it, I'm just gonna do the ditch too, because why not? But it always looks a lot nicer once you're done here. And it's today's Memorial Day, so we're don't have too much traffic around here, but got I don't know how many miles this field is here. I think it's about a little over a mile long, and so I got quite a bit of road ditch to do. But I got 3 passes, gets it all. So what I do is go back and forth so far, and then I get the extra little dab. So it works out pretty good. And for the most part, this is pretty level in here, but once I get farther behind me here, it gets pretty, I wouldn't really say it's sloped too bad, but there's the ditch kind of gets deeper, so gotta watch out for some stuff. But we're getting most of this anyway, so that's the main thing. I just gotta watch for traffic turning, so, and of course there's a whole line of them right now, but we'll get this thing turned around and head on back the other way and keep going here. run this in the summertime and trim back all this stuff too. And a lot of these trees are on our side, and this person that lives here, I don't think they really care anyways. They've told us we can trim this up and everything, so. We'll get back down and get on the other side here and keep going. Got all done bush hogging, got along the road all by the wheat, and then did the lane by the wheat too, so all that should be good to go. Just cut it through the field here. We'll get to the neighbors and cut down his driveway and get on the road, but didn't want to take this all the way down the road because it don't go too fast and it's kind of hard on the tracks, but we're just about 2 minutes from home, so not too bad. But I'm just gonna get this home, and it's already 7:30, 7:45, so gonna call her a night, but got everything wanting to get done, so that's always good. So we're just gonna head for home and call her a night. Cows are out here enjoying this nice cool weather we're having. As you can see, a storm looks like it might be coming, so we're gonna get in the 7120 here and try rolling the rest of these beans. We got quite a bit of rain here. What was that, 2 days ago, I guess, half an inch. So we're gonna hopefully get this rolled the rest of the way. These beans are coming up, so hopefully we don't mess them up. But yeah, cows are just enjoying the nice green grass. But you can see this is plenty wet here, but this is packed down, so it don't go down much. But yeah, just got a little wet spot here, but for the most part this looks pretty good. So we're gonna try rolling this. You could, yeah, like this here, beans trying to come out of the ground, so hopefully we don't mess them up, which I say I think you want to do them right after you're planting them, or right before they come up, so that's about as close as you can get before they come up. So we're gonna try getting this before the rain. I think it's 1:30, 2 o'clock, something like that. So we're gonna hopefully try getting this done before the rain that's coming at I think 4 o'clock. So we're gonna see what we can do. So we'll get this old girl fired up here and start rolling some beans. Well, we're almost done with this field. I went over this way, did this stuff first, and now working over this way, and that's where we already did. The corner fence is right in there, so I just have a couple passes on that side to do, and then I got, I figure, about an hour and a half or so left in here to do. We're running at about 10 miles an hour. Tractor's pulling it no problem, but it is a little wet in spots, but yet I got dust with the roller, so I don't know what's wrong with this ground, but it just acts like it don't want to accept the rain this year. So it's just, we only got that half an inch, but yet it seems like we got an inch of water on it, and it just don't seem like it wants to absorb the water. But the the beans are sprouting, so we're hopefully be able to get something out of this crop. But it's doing a really nice job, as you can see. We're winning having wind here, but I just gotta get to that corner post there and do a couple rounds on the other side and we'll be done here. Well, it started raining, but good thing I got it all done. I'm just heading up now, so not really too big of a deal, but it is starting to stick, so that's not good. But got everything done but doing the end rows, but you kind of already do the end rows when you turn because you don't pick it up. But I still would have liked to go over them a little bit just to kind of level out what I did miss, but it is what it is. It's not gonna really make too much difference, I don't think. So, but yeah, just pop-up shower with nothing new for this year, but it bean ground looks good. I like the way it turned out, so I think we'll see how it does this fall, see if it's worth rolling or not. But I think it, if anything, it'll push the rocks down, so we don't, one, pick up any rocks in the bean head, and two, you won't, a little rough right there, you won't damage any sickles in the rock. So it can't hurt nothing, let's put it that way, unless we do get a lot of rain and make this ground into a road. But it should, that was close, should be good. So yeah, it should help get the head closer to the ground when we're cutting the beans, so you should be able to gain that bushel or two that you lose from not being able to get the head flat on the ground. Because if you have uneven ground, that head can't push on the ground like you want it to, so it'll I guess like leave the bottom because you can't get it for one, and so it should make it a lot easier on the head to get to the ground. So we'll see how this fall does, but I'll keep you guys posted when we harvest these. But looks like we're gonna get quite a bit of rain out of this little shower, but I don't know, it's just one of these years. It don't look like it should be raining, but it is. So, but made it up to the farm here, so we're just gonna shut this thing off and wait for the rain to stop. So yesterday afternoon and part way through the night, we got about 2 to 3 tenths of rain, and as you can see, everything's a little wet now. But this morning I blew a hose on that roller when I unfolded it however many days ago now, and so I gotta get that fixed. It's the one that goes on one of the wheels, so it's a I don't know, it's probably a 15-foot hose. So gotta get that changed this morning, and it's dropped in temperature too, so we're not sure if we're gonna be able to plant or not today. We'd like to break some ground open to get it to dry to plant hopefully tomorrow then, but we'll have to see how the day goes on because it's already starting to get cloudy out there, so we'll see. But the other thing too, I gotta get this pump running. I got a new carburetor for it yesterday. This one is kind of our fault. We left the gas in it, in the tank, and the carburetor gummed all up, and this tank was probably about half full, and the whole bottom of this had like sludgy, rusty stuff. So I took this tank off, cleaned it all out, took the carburetor off, cleaned it up the best I could, but still can't get it to run right. So we just bought a new carburetor. It was about 50 bucks, so not too bad, but something that could have been prevented. But from now on, hopefully we remember to drain it. But that's why we've had to take this pump with, because this is the pump we use by the tanks over here. Those tanks there, that's what we use to pump it onto this thing. Well, with this not working, we'd have to take this out there, hook into it, and pump it off. So now hopefully get this thing running so we don't have to take this around with us, because this thing is heavy when those hoses are full of fertilizer, and plus it's getting all over my truck, and fertilizer is very corrosive. So I'm hoping to get this thing running, that way I can get this off of here, power wash this, try getting this fertilizer off so we don't have to take this thing around with us. But we'll start on getting this carburetor off of here and get this new one put on and see if it runs. So I've taken this carburetor off probably 3 or 4 times now just to try to get it freed up, but can't quite get it. So hopefully this new carburetor fixes that issue, but it shouldn't be too bad of a job here since I've taken this thing off so many times. But you just got your 2 bolts here, or 2 nuts, and then you got a big bolt, or another bolt here. Which they put 2 different sizes on here. These 2 bigger ones are 10s, and the top one's an 8. And this plastic comes off. It's got a hose here. And that comes right off. Let me grab a pliers real quick. So for the fuel line here, they got these little hose clamps that you just squeeze down on. Not the funnest spot to get to, but just like that, comes off. And then this fuel is just gonna keep running out, so I just take a pair of vice grips and clamp that off. This fuel line, for some odd reason, always gets stuck. No matter how many times you take it off of here. You just kind of work it around. Pulls right off then. Then you got your throttle linkage. A little return spring. Now this comes right off. The kick comes with a new gasket, so we'll put that on. Well, make sure it's the right one first. That'd be this one here. Just slide that back there. Now take new carburetor. This one is a little bit different. It's got this adjuster here, where this one doesn't, so can do a little bit of adjusting, but other than that, everything looks exactly the same. Got to take this choke off, put on it, so, but other than that, pretty well much the same. Now let's just reverse, put your got the linkage in there. I just had to work at it a little bit. I then put your return spring on, put your fuel line back on here. We'll shut the gas off here, and then put the hose clamp back down on there. And then push that all the way back. Grab the other piece here, and I'd assume this gasket should go on here, but it wasn't on the old one, or might have lost it, one of the two. But lines up with these holes, so we'll go with that. But now this thing can be a little tricky because you gotta get everything lined up here. And get your hose like that. And snap your plastic back in here. And you gotta put this one on first because it's a little bent. Would help if put the right socket on. Just like that, that's on. Now these two bolts or nuts, we'll turn the gas on to let that carburetor fill up. And then put your little plastic knob on your linkage here. Just like that. So we'll try starting this and see if it runs. Well, fix that. Runs good now, so now we can use this instead of dragging this around with us. So we'll put the filter back on here. This is done, so now we'll go work on that roller. Well, got the hose off. As you can see, it is a long hose. It goes all the way from right here, and then it snakes around, comes down, goes along this whole thing here, and then loops up around, comes down, and then goes into this cylinder here. But yeah, rubs, I don't know how else you could do this, right in here, because this whole thing folds up to get this tire out of the way, and rubs on. I'm really not too sure where it rubbed at, because the hose blew right in here, because you can see it leaking out of there, but just basically rubbed the rubber off and then got into the metal. But it blew right in here, so I don't know what it really rubbed on, but you can't really do much about this because this got a pivot, so you need the extra hose here so it's got room for when it goes down to not stretch the hose. So I don't know what else you could do, but we'll get this hose changed here. I'm don't know if we go right now or later on today, but I gotta get this changed, so we'll see what we're doing and go from there. Back from the local shop in town, and got the hose. This is 24 foot of hose, a little bit longer than what I was expecting it to be, but it is a long ways to run here. But it's got to go underneath all these hold downs. There's about 8 of them along here, so we'll get this thing strung out here, make sure it's not pinching anywhere, and then we'll be done with this and we can fold her back up. Got the hose all replaced here. It was this one here. I don't like how that curves like that, but I don't know how else you can do that, because that moves, and I don't know how else you can do it, but it is what it is. And then it was rubbing on this here, and rubs on back here. This is where it blew, was right in here, so I need to get like a bigger hose to put around this so it doesn't rub on these hoses. It'll rub on the protector, so I need to do that, and grab some zip ties to zip tie these up. But for the most part, it's done. Got everything buttoned up, so we're good, and got the stops all put on and everything. We need to grease this thing again, since we've used it. We used it on quite a few 100 acres now, since we've greased it anyways, so we got to do that, and then got to put some more oil in this. But I think we're gonna try working some ground. It's still wet, so I don't know if my dad, he's supposed to go check it, so I'll call him and see. But it's I think it's about 2:40 right now, so I'm gonna grab some lunch and then call him. So we'll go do that and see what's going on. Well, it's about 4:15 right now. We finally got going pretty good. This morning we had to haul some hay, 350 bales, and then we had to fix some things and get things ready. But we're going now. My dad's finishing up, what was it, about 30-ish acres I had worked yesterday. Now we're on our last field of corn. This is all wheat. As you can see, it's my uncle, he just did, which is, he's over there doing a little dab of weeds. But I tried hitting this with the finisher, and all it was doing was balling it up, because you can see like this spot's thicker and like this right in here's not, and it's not the prettiest job, that's for sure. All the shanks on the finisher there just grab it and ball it up, and then it like dumps it whenever it wants to, really. And so it's not the prettiest, but at least this is gonna be corn, so it's not gonna really matter for the bean head. So we'll corn head, it'll go over 90% of it anyways, and plus it's not big mounds, but it's just enough to be annoying. And hopefully the planter will go through it no problem. But I think it's only like 5 acres or something like that, or it might only be a couple acres, I don't know, but it ain't much. But my uncle, he got it knocked down anyways. I don't know if it really did much better than me just hitting it, but it is what it is. But I gotta work some of this ground ahead of my dad, and then he's gonna finish south of town, which is a 20-acre piece. I got my truck moved down there with a tank and corn on it, so when he's done there, I'll go get that, bring it up here for him, and that way he can keep going. So we're gonna get this knocked out. We want to get it, both sides here done. This is 50 shade, I think it's around 55, and I think the other side's like 57 or something like that. But we want to get this done by the weekend, which today's Thursday, or no, today's, I don't know, today's Thursday or Friday anyways. but we want to get done before the rain, which is coming in Saturday, and I don't know if it's supposed to come in Saturday night or morning, but hopefully we can get this done, which all we need is, I think today's Thursday, so we want to get moved in here, hit it hard tomorrow and get it done, because it's about 120 acres, and like I said, it's already after 4, so my dad gets it moved in here. Hopefully we can get 20-ish acres knocked out and then finish up tomorrow, so we'll see, but we're just gonna keep going here and see what we can get done. So the wheat over there, I couldn't run this finisher through it. It just balled it up so bad. So like the thin spots right there, I hit that with the finisher and packer, but like these spots here where it's awfully green, I didn't hit that. It just balled it up so bad to where it make a huge mound of it, so I just decided to not do that. So but my dad, he's about done south of town, so we're gonna go get the truck with the tank and seed and bring it up here. So I'm gonna get to the end run, have my girlfriend come get me, and she'll take me down there so I can bring it up here. So we'll go do that, and my dad, I think he said he's only got like 2 rounds or something like that, so he'll be done before I get down there. So we'll get to the end row here and go get that moved.